Hello, Libra Light. Welcome. Tonight we're going to do what are their feelings and dissecting exactly what we have. I have brought out the classic Rider-Waite. Oh, we got the Seven of Swords with the hot tamales and the tacos, and we have the Queen of Wands. Let's get a proper shuffle. How do they feel in the current? How do they feel in the current? Let's do the 3 shuffles. We just finished on the other channel, which was nice. There's bonus material and there's 1 member's reading for Taurus. Okay, so if you guys want to bounce over there, there's new content. All right, and I think what would be fair is like to do 2 videos on 1 channel a day before I move all of you guys appropriately there, because I'd like to do all the readings there. It'll create sanity and it'll make everything easier. Yes, and then also for the shuffle, please, for the correct cards, because I'm talking over it, and I feel like that's bad luck when you do that. Feelings, please. Well, we'll talk about it at the end. We're going to talk about it at the end. Alrighty. For feelings, please. All right, let's go from the bottom of the deck, y'all. We have the 10 of Cups, so we're going to... Reason why I'm showing you is because you can mimic this at home. You can repeat what I just did. We're going to use the next couple cards, okay? And then I have my pen here in case I want to graze over artistic details. We will use the eraser side. We have the 10 of Cups, okay? And I'll show you how I'm building it here. So this Death card is going to cross the 10 of Cups. You have a person in your energy tonight who really viewed wish fulfillment with you, okay? Because the 10 of Cups is here. And what does it firmly remind us of when we see the rainbow up top? It's about happiness. And it's about these 2 people with the children playing as a rejoiced center of self. They find contentment in it. They think it's the 10 of Cups, and it's also wish fulfillment. So we're doing a feelings reading. It begins with that card. That's a 10. And then we have the Death card, which is 13. So... And it's funny because everything's in Roman numerals. So even if you forget, it's on the card, right? Someone's not too pleased with an ending. It could have been a full rebirth. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just making it funny because that's the name of the other channel. But they're not too happy with how things ended there. So we're going to see how it follows, okay? And this is just the person in your energy tonight with respect to what's going on. We have the 6 of Wands. So what I do is I put it to the left of the Death card, okay? Now this is going to affect everything because it's your 3rd pull and it's also the challenge for me. If they still want victory after something has closed out, and this is an ending, the Death is an ending always, and then you can refer to it as far as somebody rebirthing themselves, or this is a situation that's gone into rebirth, okay? And you're welcome, Jules. You're in this video, no problem. Jules and Katie said thank you. Good evening too to both of you. Those are Libra females and Libra women. And we have the 6 of Wands here. So I definitely think they wanted victory. It's just opposed to what that means for them. If I were your person, and here I would have to assume a little bit, I'm looking at the victory stance of the 6 of Wands. Let me show you again because it definitely stands for success and recognition. This is a card of somebody coming home, right? So it's somebody's homecoming in the 6 of Wands. If I were to put it here as the challenge, it speaks of somebody who is attempting to. So we can assume that tonight we're going to talk about it. You have another 6 with the 6 of Cups after shuffle. That's why I always take the bottom of the deck first, if some of you guys just want to take a brief moment for notes. Okay, who shuffles like this? Steve has done it. Steve's Love Tarot is also the same. He takes it from the subconscious portion. He will only do top of the deck if he begins shuffling, and I've studied him. And then Feline Intuition seems to do the same if you guys are fans of her. Okay, but other readers are very different. It's just however they feel. Of course, you have to navigate with feelings. So the 6 of Cups is currently completely a part of it. The nostalgia, the missing you, and the 6 of Cups. Let's run it down like a class real quick. It also talks about sometimes this card has like a sweet serendipity to it because it can dip into a particular memory. And tonight I feel it almost like a photograph in time. So we'll put that there. And usually I'm just building my mini Celtic. This is not a traditional Celtic. I am doing it the way that I read. Okay? And you have the Knight of Cups. So that's Pisces. And traditionally, excuse me, I almost choked. I was eating peanuts. You can add Cancer and Scorpio. Excuse me. And I don't want to start over the video, so excuse me for that. It's just I was eating walnuts and peanuts, so excuse me, guys, for that. Magician. Woo, child. There we go. After you say child, your voice gets a little bit better. We have the Magician affecting, so I just put it right there. Do you see how it's not really touching anything else? I'm just laying it on top. The Magician is about manifesting an old romance, your wish fulfillment at the top. So we want to go and clarify that. What is the wish fulfillment at the top of the reading? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what does that mean? You might be asking as you draw it home. The Wheel of Fortune is a change. It turns the wheel. There's other actions too of positivity. It can create abundance, and it's also divine timing. Divine timing from your angels, your spirit guides, source. It's everything in the heavens that's trying to turn it in your favor. And I think people forget that it's for the querent in the reading, that it's typically in favor of who you're doing the reading for. So if I were to pull, and let's say this wasn't public, let's say this was a personal reading for me, I would really want to look at this card and maybe have it mean something to myself. Okay, so if you guys are still creating notes, that's another way you could read for yourself. I think that that's a desire. I think that you maybe wanted family memories with them, but it also gives off a sense of betrayal in the past. And this victory, it can't be warranted unless we got a feeling for it. Okay, so that's why I clarify. I go through and I clarify cards that I don't particularly know the reason for. What is the Six of Wands, please? And can we describe, look at that. You have the Nine of Wands. Okay, this is a wounded warrior. So whoever's place this is in the reading tonight, if they feel wounded in any way, or they feel, this is like terribly single card, this is like one last fight, you only have enough for one. And usually how I view this is like, have you guys ever seen the movie with Kate Hudson? And it's like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And she's playing games with them in the movie, but she's actually a wounded warrior in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Watch it and just look at her behavior in that movie. So what I see here is it's like one last cry, one last conversation, if you will. I think they're coming from a place where they miss you more. The Six of Cups is just a little bit more vivid tonight. Where did that come from on their drive home, or what were they thinking of? So that's now going to cross. It arrived just like this. It's going to cross the Six of Cups. Okay. And I don't stick to the traditional rule that it's always in the middle. If it came in crossing, I'm going to cross it to the card I was clarifying. And that's just how I follow rules. I believe even that's the most honest way to read, because you're clarifying the Six of Cups. Okay. So this is going to help or hurt the situation. Just give me a mere moment. I just want to look at some things. If some of you met in your later 20s, or maybe this is like in the range of your 30s, if this is like a really specific reading for you, you could be the one in recognition at work. Okay, this could be a career high, good marks at work. Accolades is the Six of Wands, and career successes, if I hadn't mentioned already. And this Queen of Wands is going to hit the Six of Cups because they're remembering you in a specific positive way. Okay, how you affected their life. Also how you made them laugh. Like some of you could have had a particular way of humor, and your candor is specific. So I'll give you an example. This is a great place to give an example. And so funny with the Magician too, because it's almost like it's even hitting him on the table. Do you see how the Queen of Wands touches this card? That's why I like to do it that way, but it's a lot of layering. They remember an effervescence of your energy, possibly sometimes mistaking it as their own. This is like a guy or girl who thought your positivity may have been theirs, and your candor was soft-spoken. I don't think they've dealt with nice people since your absence. And so, like, non-favorable, not kind, maybe not even genuine. And I think they deal with like a rougher style person. Okay. So we will clarify this Knight of Cups now, which is romantic. What is the Knight of Cups in 2025 or for the rest of the year? We have 100 days till Christmas, which I read today on my phone. You have the Three of Swords in its upright position for Tuesday night. So this is after a heartbreak. Somebody could have had a breakup or a fight with a current partner, or this person is still heartbroken over you with the Three of Swords. Okay? They're still heartbroken. What is the card for tomorrow? I will be absent, Angel, so can I leave a card behind? Ace of Cups. Okay. I'm going to be absent from both channels. Tomorrow's my vacation. Woot! No, just kidding. No, I'm joking. I actually don't want to go on vacation tomorrow. Ace of Cups is renewing after a heartbreak. Okay, and this person could be a Libra. You could be getting a message from a Libra in your inbox. Gemini, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Leo. Those are the big signs, but I'll put it upright so you guys can remember. She was sideways though. This person might believe that you might be giving elsewhere. Like maybe you are not in a new relationship, but you could be giving somewhere else. And also you could be going through a massive rebirth, Libra, because the Death card is the center card and it ties everything around it together. So it's that ending there. And I also think that there could be a personal ending where that has bloomed something else, like you have a new story coming up. Okay? So what is the likely outcome? We get a likely outcome card, and then we will receive a bonus. So you have Judgment. And I'm sorry it was fast, but y'all know the rules. Judgment is Scorpio. Some of them will end it and never contact you. Okay, and you'll know because a couple months from now you would have never heard from them. That's how you'll know. Another way is they've come to a decision about this whole relationship and they understand you provided happiness in the past. So in that case, if that's what your intuition is sticking to, then you want to clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, because that's right next to the Ten of Cups. What is the Wheel of Fortune with Rider-Waite? Now you have a King and Queen of Wands. And he was upright, just so you know. So the King of Wands is a determined fellow. On Steve's Love Tarot, he is referred to as the Boyga King. And the Burger King usually is very poised. He has a directive and he has direction. However, and this is the big however with this tarot card, is he's not always reliable like the Emperor. And I want you to write that down tonight in your notes or if you have a tarot journal, because even if he comes to her, okay, she has the ball in her court because she's not necessarily the one saying yes at this point. So both of these people, they are a divine couple, but they're known as being the attractive fire divine couple. And I don't know if some of you just wanted to wait for an Emperor or Empress combo. I think they've watched your changes and this person has somewhat matched the energy financially. They could have changed in terms of finding a job. And those are the bonus cards, by the way. We have the Five of Wands. There could be a conflict for them because you have suitors. And in a love reading, the Five of Wands are suitor-like people. So also write that in your journal. Or it could be outside influences, like people who got into this love affair and they're meddling. They are meddlers, the Five of Wands. Let's see what's after that. Eight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Four of Wands with a reversal of the Seven of Pentacles. So that means maybe Libra doesn't want to invest in this anymore and it's a waste of time. Four of Wands, we'll look at that, okay? So these are your bonus cards. They definitely are watching your expansion. I love when it spits out little bonus material. Love it. I love it. And then, you know, that Seven of Swords can be driving by your house or it's watching you. because Jennifer Walker's, and she says in her videos, and I agree with her for a couple of reasons. Sometimes the worst of it already is over, and all they have left to do is watch with the Seven of Swords. So, you know, it's funny because there's food all over his swords, and I don't know if they're driving around after getting drive through. Okay. What does the Four of Wands stand for in this kind of a reading? Like, why is it milestones that this person wants to discuss? The Chariot. Three of Pentacles. The Chariot and the Three of Pentacles. It's almost like what it gives. I'm sorry for the long pause. I really like to think on these ones. It almost gives off like you're their only choice, or you're all that they have left. And I know that sounds dire, but that's just what it is. Tower. What is the Tower? What is the Tower? And this is like my OCD where I have to clarify everything, so I gotta calm my ass down. But what is the Tower, please? What is the Tower in this case? Ace of Pentacles sideways. Bringing in the offer could really, really help them out, okay, in terms of emotional needs or having something met within them. Like, this is definitely an emotional need met. Some of you guys will be proposed to. Very, very few of you will get a proposal from the past. And also, they know that this Tower has to happen. It's like an uneventful placement in their life has occurred, where this is probably the happy medium, that Ace of Pentacles. So some of you are going to get an offer because this person doesn't have any more options left. That's the only way you could read it, unless the Tower was yours. Okay? And if so, was it a good Tower or a bad Tower for you, Libras? Okay? Let's just see what the possible card could be for you. Hermit. Okay, and that was just hand selection. You can do that at home. Perfectly fine, and it's normal. I like to do it on camera because usually the card is correct. So we have the Hermit, and it's your isolation that could get worse. Okay, so you might take this opportunity because of loneliness. I would really, really discern, okay, because the thing that you sacrifice or put up with again is repeating of a cycle. And you can still be this person's friend, but not go into the cycle again. So I just want you to remember that, is you have options, and don't forget that you have choices that are healthy. Okay? Leave me your comments. Thank you, guys. I will take just a short break.